Move more, eat less. That's my plan these days. That and trying to make healthy choices when it comes to food. So, unfortunately, that pretty much rules out the greatest midnight snack there is, cereal. I mean, I guess you could eat a healthy cereal right before bed, but who has a hankering for bran in the middle of the night? Not me. Well, healthy cereal no longer has to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff, and it's an amazing midnight snack right before bed. Listen to this. 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, 4 net grams of carbs, and 140 calories per serving. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. You can build your very own custom bundle with flavors like cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and maple waffle. Any of these sound familiar? They sure taste familiar. Go to magicspoon.com/nodunks to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code NODUNKS at checkout to save $5 off your order. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode.
There was once a babysitter. Her name was Saria. She was babysitting for a child named Zachary. He was a gentle but shady boy. After a few hours, he went to bed. Crack! The floorboards upstairs creaked. Oh no. What? Zachary? Are you okay? No answer. Zachary! She turned around and looked through a window. And there was a man holding Zachary's head. A policewoman ran into the house. What's wrong? Murder! Hush already. Saria pointed a quivering finger. There, to that window. The policewoman said, Are you sure you're okay? Because that's not a window. That's a mirror.
Good morning, Sweet World, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Tuesday, December 21st, and for the first time in 20 months, a few of us are coming to you live from the same location. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, actually alongside me, I can reach out and touch him.
This is so
Taz
strange.
Mellis, what's up, man?
Human beings in the same room. Things are weird, but things are very exciting.
Yeah, we're here in the Classic Factory. Of course, making the magic happen. Super producer, JD.
Hello.
There he is.
Just over there.
Yeah.
Hi.
And joining us live, we think, thanks to the power of technology, it's the international man of mystery, Lee Ellis.
Friends, hey.
There he is. Wow. JD, you've done it. It's working. There it is.
Wow, so far so good.
Yeah.
I want to stand up and give you a standing ovation, but something may fall over. But honestly, look at this place.
It's coming together.
It's getting
slowly
there.
but
It's
surely.
getting there.
Let's say that. No TK today. No Trey Kirby. He's, I think he's still busy making tiny snowmen in Illinois. I think we'll have TK on tomorrow's show. We'll swap in Lee for TK because we're doing a little test run here in the Classic Factory.
Right.
Temporary desk, permanent location. Okay, yeah, we might play ping pong later in the show. This will be the new Crossfire. We just actually played a 21 or something like that. Yeah, get a look at that. It's an actual ping pong table that we just like cut in half because we're waiting on our official desk. But we can make it work, right?
Oh, yeah. We got the paddles. They're right here. No, just kidding. A little bit later, yeah.
But yes. Oh, the Classic Factory sign. I mean, this is really all that we need as it sort of goes in and out of focus here as we're figuring out. So the point is, there's going to be some kinks that we got to work out,
sure.
right? JD, you're saying, yeah, go ahead. Like, what's going to go wrong here today? What do you think is going to be the number one thing?
Firing stuff, leaving things unmuted, lights falling from the sky, that kind of thing. But it'll be fine. It'll be fun. It's way more. This is more excited than I felt doing a show for a long, long, long time.
Great.
It's got the adrenaline's pulsing through my bod.
And taking the temperature of the crowd here on the stream team, they are loving it.
That's good.
Comments. Looks amazing. This looks fantastic. This is a personal space line in between Skeets and I. That's a very good comment, Sam. No, can't cross
Don't
it.
cross.
Can't
Don't
cross it.
Don't.
There it is. So fantastic stuff, JD.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm already loving the vibe of this room, I will say, here in the Classic Factory. I can't wait till Lili's back and Trey, and we'll have all four of us in here. We get our new desk. We're going to add to the set. Again, work in progress here.
The garage feels good. It's a room. It's a garage. Our cars are right over there.
Yeah.
Can't see them on camera.
Make sure you turn off your electric. It's very quiet. Shout out to the stream team. We should say that for joining us here on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment, share the show. We'll be doing this for the rest of the week in theory, right? Up until at least Friday. We don't have a show on Friday as we get closer and closer to Christmas. Then, unfortunately, JD, you're leaving.
Well, am I? I mean, I don't know now. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, my point is this is an actual test run because we might have to go back to the old Zooms or StreamYards, and then in the new year we'll be in here permanently. That's the plan, at least. So, stick with us here. Email in your NBA questions. NoDunks@theathletic.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok @NoDunksInc. And yeah, if you are just a part of the Pod Squad, you're really going to want to check out today's show. At least have a look at the neon sign that we have and the art we have up and the ping pong table. At least come over to No Dunks on YouTube and subscribe, even if you don't consume the show that way.
Maybe the fact that we're having so much fun, you feel so good, JD. Maybe you won't want to go to Canada. Maybe you'll stay.
Wow.
You'll just stay, cancel Christmas, and work right through the
let's
holidays.
Just do a Christmas show. We'll talk about every game, JD. We'll jump on here after every game. We'll go live for like 12, 13 hours. No?
My excitement does have a limit.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Leo pick you up at the airport.
Yeah, JD, let's do it from Canada, half in Canada, half in United States, like you used to do in the very start of the athletic days. You and Skeets were up here, so maybe we can do it now. There's plenty of room in this bedroom that I'm in right now. You can come, bring your stuff, have a great old time.
I'm glad you brought up Lee. I forgot he was here.
You know what, guys? Honestly, I'm not sure if I just start talking, if JD has to bring me in or if I just pop in. So I'm like, oh,
no, just talk, baby.
Fuck, man. Super cash. Look at us.
Oh man, we're on half on Zoom, half on StreamYard, half in a different country. I don't know how things are going to go today. But.
That's all right. Well, let's get into some game talk. Later in the show, we'll hit the beach. You guys have already sent in some great questions, so we'll get to those. But we start with Joel Embiid. Scored 41. 76ers beat the Celtics 108-103. Tass, take it away. Big takeaways.
My goodness, watching that dude in the fourth quarter, Joel Embiid just absolutely take over. I saw you tweet, Skeets, that if Joel Embiid can play like this every single night, then it changes the landscape in the Eastern Conference. It's just a lot to ask a guy to have a 17-point fourth quarter when really the Celtics should have won this game. They're up 7 with 4 minutes left, and they just can't close the door because they don't know who they are. Like the Sixers do know. They do know who they are, but they are lacking a ball handler on the outside. I know Tyrese Maxey wasn't there, but I mean, it was fun to just salivate over Joel Embiid for a little bit because the guy took over those last 3 shots in the last minute 30. In today's game, sometimes it's hard to get the ball to a big guy, but they were just playing that 2-man game. Him and Steph, I called him Steph. Him and Steph Curry on the left side of the floor, and Embiid would get the ball, and he took 3 consecutive shots in the last minute 30 off of one leg that banged home each and every time, especially that one with 12 seconds left. So he had a 41-point night. I think the Daryl Morey is kind of doing the right thing here, just absolutely waiting for somebody great. I think he's waiting for a superstar-ish type player.
The Lillards, the Beals.
Yeah, instead of kind of settling for somebody good, because I don't know how many amazing years we have of Joel Embiid, but I just think you can't rely on him to do all this. And as solid as Tyrese Maxey is, you need somebody to create, and they're waiting for somebody to get free from their situation to help Joel Embiid, because when you watch him, and my favorite team to watch him against is the Celtics by far, because I think he gets it going in the brain that this is a rivalry, and he's 26, almost 27 points and 12 against this team throughout his career. And he just took over. But the Celtics team, I know, Lee, that you've mentioned that they need a point guard, and I said, come on. I cited the Clippers, and I said the Clippers have a couple guys like Kawhi and Paul George who can take over. They don't need a point guard, but the Celtics absolutely needed one down the stretch. They just kind of don't know who they are. They're playing Peyton Pritchard and Marcus Smart. They just don't get good possessions. So you're right on that one, Lee. I think you're correct on that one. They need somebody they need somebody
new studio, new task. What's going on there?
They need somebody to set them up, because it goes to ISO, and the Sixers have a great defense, and they figured it out.
Back to Embiid though, Lee. a healthy, pissed off, the closer Embiid, as he's called himself. Do you think that does actually shift the power a little bit in the Eastern Conference? Like, can Embiid win this team just series after series when he plays like this? Because I know people will push back, and they did on Twitter last night. They're like, he's playing fucking Ennis Cantor / Freedom. I mean, like, that's not a defensive-minded center by any means. I get that. But then I say to that, like, go back and see what this guy's done over the last 3 weeks. I mean, he's putting up these like 40-10 type games. He's done it a couple times now, or like pretty close, similar lines. Like, he is locked in right now. And I just think, I don't think they're as good as the Bucks, as a healthy Nets team and all that, but he's like a game changer, right, Lily? Wouldn't you agree with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it goes back to when Doc joined last season, and he really said to Embiid, you're bigger, stronger, way more dominant than a lot of these guys. So go out there and prove it. And you're right. I mean, going up against Cantor Freedom last night, that's no real defense there. He's not a good defender at all. But Embiid did bully him, and he did show also the range. He took it inside a couple of times. He got to the free throw, I think 15 free throw attempts in the end, hit the mid-ranges. And really what that does is shows the other team there's not a lot of options you can do even when you are at full strength, because Al Horford not being there, he has been a sort of Embiid stopper in the past. Yeah. So the Celtics were certainly missing him, but still Embiid had to show last night, I am the best player. And you saw as well, he made a couple of really nice passes there to Tybalt, who was cutting there. So when they sort of did put a bit more defensive pressure on him, he wasn't only looking to score, he was looking to get his teammates involved. So I think that's where the whole evolution of his game comes from. It's like, they can't stop me one-on-one. And if they are going to send a double or more bodies at me, then I have to trust these guys who are going to run to the rim and make the right pass and make the right play, because that's how you dominate a game. It's not just from that one-dimensional, like, okay, I'm going to post up or I'm going to get to the free throw line. It's doing everything and reading the defense and giving, taking what the defense gives you. And I thought he just did a great job of that last night. And even the game winner, maybe I wouldn't have thought that's the best shot ever to sort of have a drifting fader over two players. But the way that he was playing last night, he felt confident and he knocked it down. And I think that's really, really good. And, Tass, you said Steph Curry and you corrected yourself, but I tell you, Seth looked like Steph out there last night. He was incredible, I thought, for Philadelphia, hitting shots, hitting the mid-ranges, got the threes as well. And so that certainly helped Embiid's game, that he had him and Tobias Harris also playing well, knocking down shots, because, everyone's kind of affected with COVID right now. But when your main player, your best player sort of sets the tone and everyone else is knocking down those shots, that's why Philadelphia won. Boston, should have, could have, whatever you want to say in the end, close this one out. But the best player on the court, he led his team and hit that big shot at the end. And I thought that was just really good. And Embiid, pretty much on the first play of the night last night, went down and sort of hobbled up. And it's like, well, because he's a big guy, when he hits the floor like that, you think maybe he's not even going to play the rest of the game here. But he shook that off and went out there and was totally dominant. Yeah, over the last, 3 weeks or so, Embiid, 42-14 versus Minnesota, 28-12 versus Atlanta, 43-15-7 versus Charlotte. Then they played the Hornets again. He had another 32. Then 32-9-6 versus Brooklyn. And then the 41-10-5 with 4 blocks and 2 steals last night. I mean, the MVP table, it's too crowded and he's missed too many games and he probably won't even be there at the end of the season. My best point is, if he plays like he's played over the last 3 weeks, come April, come May, then holy crap. I don't know, like they're at least like narrows the gap between Philadelphia and the rest of like the Eastern Conference elite teams. For sure. It just feels like when they get to the playoffs, it's going to be like a couple of years back when Ben Simmons was out, right, and Embiid had that first round series where he tried to carry his team. And if you watch the end of this game, yeah, obviously he was amazing. I mean, the guy can shoot off one leg, the footwork. He's going to be on Dancing with the Stars season 31 if there's a stop. Do you see that footwork for a 280-pound man to be able to shoot off the one leg, the floaters? He is ridiculous. But yeah, he needs help. And I think Daryl Morey is doing the smart thing to wait. And that person. Well, I mean, I know it's tough. Here's the funny part. Embiid gets hurt in the next game or something like that, trying to carry this team. And then we say the opposite. Wow, Morey waited too long. Should have made a move. Could have got help in, right? This is the risk factor, especially with Joel Embiid, who, at times has unfortunately picked up injuries that put him out for a while. But I hear it. I just think, the ceiling is so high with this guy. He's such a special talent. You should be thinking championship. Right. And you shouldn't be thinking, I was a Malcolm Brogdon
guy. I was backing the Malcolm Brogdon potential for a trade for Ben Simmons,
right.
But at this point,
You
Malcolm Brogdon not available. But also, I think he is smart to go for it. But yes, Embiid is. Luckily, the Eastern Conference is kind of middling a little bit, beyond the good teams up top, which include the Cleveland Cavaliers. But there's some teams there that, like the Hawks, who have been slacking. And the Celtics obviously slacking as well. Although Jason Tatum looks like he's bulked up. Am I right, Lee? Like throughout the season, you don't usually see a guy get bigger from day one, but I think the slender shoulders I think they got him bigger.
Well, yeah, I think it's those uniforms as well. They look a little slim on him, a little tight. I think he's got maybe a size too small, so he is trying to emphasize a little bit of the bulk around the biceps and the pectorals maybe. But he's got very nice traps as well up the top here, Jason Tatum. So
I think he's gotten bigger. I really do. And
you think he's gotten bigger? He just thinks his jersey gotten smaller. What does the stream team think?
I mean, the weird fonts on that jersey, on that Celtics jersey with the Vista print. Yeah. And maybe Lee's right in that the font's so big, the jersey looks small. The men and the traps look bigger, no doubt. That's true.
It's a classic move, when you think you've bulked up a little bit, you want to pretend that you're not showing off while you are actually totally showing off. So I think he went to the equipment manager and said, I'm a XL. Can you just put me to an L? I just want to see how it looks tonight. I just want to feel a little bit more svelte out there on the court. I think it's working. Good move.
He's a schmedium, but he's going rocking.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Anything else from this game, Lily? The Sixers win over the Celtics?
No, but just Matisse Thybulle. Remember, I picked him for most improved this season, and he had a couple of those moments. He hit the three late. He got a couple of those cuts inside to the basket, and I'm like, that's what he needs to do on a more consistent basis. That's what I thought he would be doing all season long, getting some easy baskets to put himself in that conversation. Not going to happen, but every now and again you just look and you just think, I know why I actually made that prediction. Just hasn't quite come true.
Yeah, it's a strange lineup when they throw out Thybulle, who took 5 shots in 32 minutes, and Danny Green couldn't hit a 3 until in the fourth quarter there, and they had 1 point off the bench, one single point,
right?
And so they're lacking depth. Obviously, you'd say about the Celtics. Lee mentioned Al wasn't playing, Grant not playing, Grant and Robert weren't out there. Great first name guys. Those excuses go out the window. The Sixers just. Yeah, both teams. At least the Sixers know who they are. The Celtics, I think, struggle with that at the end of the game.
Still trying to find that identity. All right, let's keep it moving here. Lee, we'll start with you. SGA and the Thunder beat the Grizzlies in Ja Morant's return, and there was some little drama with Ja Morant. With a fan, and him getting sort of called out for being back again with the team. It's very weird. But what do you think of the game itself?
Yeah, well, to that point there, they went 10-2 in his absence, which was an incredible surprise. I thought if they could have gone 500, that would have been a win. So they played really well, and now Morant comes back. And Memphis got off to a good start in this one, but OKC did work their way back. This was also the revenge game here for the Thunder, because last time they were in Memphis, they lost by 73. And Morant was getting heckled on the side by some fans who apparently listen, we're better when you sit down. And he said after the game he felt upset and hurt by that. And I can understand. Of course, that's how he would feel. I mean, they've been on, Memphis have got a legit star for the first time in a long time. He goes down and they play well. So there's always those clowns in the crowd who are like, well, maybe our team's better without our star player. We know that's not true. Ja last night, I thought he was really good. 16 points, 8 assists, a couple of his classic sort of moves there where he gets in and bends his body and gyrates and rotates around to get a basket or get a look off or make a pass out to someone like Desmond Bane. But it wasn't enough. And really, the credit here goes to the Thunder in that last minute there. Really good connection between Josh Giddey, the Australian, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Canadian. Great, just like it is right now. A couple of Canadians and Australian working together and really making the magic happen, because first off, it was Gilgeous-Alexander who fired a ball under to Giddey, who laid it up and put the Thunder up. And then on the last play of the Thunder possession, Mark Dagnall drew up a really good play where Josh Giddey threw the ball in from half court. The team's all lined up there, and Gilgeous-Alexander just ran straight to the basket, and Josh Giddey found him with a perfect pass, and he put him up 3 and pretty much sealed the game from there. And that was just such a well-designed play. The Grizzlies knew they completely botched that defensively. You should always have one guy hanging back for that possibility because the lane was open. But really good stuff there. Josh Giddey, another fantastic game from him. He continues to be playing really, really well. I mean, without trying to to play the homer card here. I was hoping for good things from him this season. Another double-double here last night, 19 points, 11 assists, shot the ball well, hit 3 threes. And, yeah, the connection that you're seeing between Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey, I think is really encouraging here for Oklahoma City Thunder fans. We talked in coming into the season, Skitsy, I know you said, will they win 10 games? Well, they won their 10th last night and only 19 losses. So that is a surprise, though. I mean, I'm not trying to sort of make fun of your prediction because it looked like that at the start, but really they have had these games where they play much better and look good and did close out the game last night. So really impressive stuff. And they're becoming, fun to watch, fun to cheer for right now, the Thunders. There's been so many connections there. We've got the Dort man there. We've got the Australians and the Canadians. So we can all play the homer card together. We've never really been on the same team with all the homers, and maybe that's what's happening now with the Thunder. Maybe that'll become the No Dunks team.
Yeah, you better not make fun of my prediction about the Thunder because you were the one that wanted them relegated after they lost by 73 points.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got some revenge there last night. So, yeah, they're not as bad as that one brutal loss where you were freaking out.
Yeah. I also freaked out because I just thought that going into the second half of the season, maybe they're going to sit guys. Maybe they're going to sit Shai because that's the story that they wrote last year.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They sat guys. And so, yes, I was upset. And I had people on Twitter last night after they came out with that victory. Well, I'll say person. It wasn't people on Twitter. It was just one singular person said to me, are you going to rail on them again? Are you going to say they should be taken away from the league or relegated or whatever? If they play their guys, it was my gripe with this team. Just have to play their guys. And we'll get into a question a little later in the show about redrafting this past draft. And Josh Giddey, no way is he taken at 6. I think he gets popped up there because he looks phenomenal. And he's a guy to cheer for. Yeah, he's still a young guy. And obviously up and down the roster, it's as long as they play. They have impressed. And your prediction wasn't wrong. It seemed like they're the only team that's really tanking, but obviously Josh Giddey can play, and it is a really fun team to watch. I will say the Ja Morant thing. I'm going to try something here on our program here. Just got Ja Morant. Yes, this is working for me. Yeah,
there you go.
I'm showing a tweet that I just put together, and it's working. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Thank you to Canva, not an ad. Ja Morant, I don't know if it was the conversation he had with that fan, but he is taking himself off social media for a while. Peace out. Anybody who need me, it's got my number. Love is love, Ja Morant. So I don't know what that situation is.
Lee, do you ever worry when you're not on an episode of No Dunks that the stream team and the fans are going to be like, don't come back, man. They're killing it without you. You just or never even crosses your mind, does it? It's the opposite. They miss you.
Yeah. The only show I really did miss was after I picked Josh Giddey to come number 6 in the draft, and I wasn't in the post-draft the post-draft show because I was coming back from Europe. I remember when I booked it, I thought, it's all right. I think we'll be fine for that show. But got the scoop, and then I wasn't over there to collect my flowers from all the fans. So that's the only time. It's every now and again you just got to duck out though and take a day off. It's good to refresh and recharge. So I'm with Jar on that one from the show point of view.
Okay, fair enough. Let's keep it going here. Let's get to the Utah Jazz. Started fast, pulled away to beat the Hornets. 112-102 is the final score. That's important, as we'll get to later in the show. We're going to come to pick 'em results. Good job, Hornets. Way to keep it sort of close. But the Hornets, they can't start games. They're absolute garbage. They were down a monster number again.
Yep.
Trey, I don't want to call him out because he's not here, but remember he was like, the Hornets play a Skittles game. It's not broccoli. It's Skittles. It's like, there's no defense. Let's just like bomb a bunch of threes. Don't get back. This might happen with the Jazz. But it was the opposite. Nobody could hit a shot. Utah only shot 35% in this game. They win. Charlotte didn't shoot much better, 39% if you want to round up. So it was much more broccoli than it was Skittles. But at least, again, for me in the pick'em, Charlotte erased that 17-point deficit. They took the lead on a Kelly Oubre dunk. And then the Jazz, because they're the much better team, like, okay, hold on. Let's get our focus back that we had early in this game, and then took care of business, winning by 10. It was Conley and Bogdanovich hitting some clutch buckets. I think Mitchell then had another and one. So the game was over. But my takeaway in watching a lot of this one, the Hornets desperately need a big guy. the Plum Dog millionaire and PJ Washington, the Chevy Trax, and Nick Richards, I guess this is not cutting it, because this was a perfect example. If you watch the Jazz game, I know you're going against Rudy Gobert, who takes care of the glass. He got a big beef. Fortunately, we don't have the footage because Trey, he just hoards that. He doesn't allow us to cut it. So we'll show you the big beef when Trey gets back. But they just got destroyed on the glass. I think it's 22 offensive rebounds, 22 second chance points. It's like, this team, the Hornets, need to be active at the deadline here to get not a huge name. I mean, Miles Turner would be great, but at least some help at the center position, right?
Yeah.
Because this is how they've been out-rebounded. I think it's 14, 15 of the last 16 games.
Yeah, it felt like going in that Rudy Gobert was going to have his lunch, and that was an easy 2020 for him. And he's playing his absolute best basketball of the season recently. If we're talking best centers, it's kind of hard not to look past Joel Embiid, obviously Nikola Jokic, and what Rudy Gobert's doing. The guy can eat against anybody. And the Charlotte Hornets decide to go small against him. But the Jazz, I'm puzzled by them, because they're third in the Western Conference. They're 21-9, but they've given up these double-digit leads over and over and over again. They've had double-digit leads in 5 of their 9 losses, and then the other team has come back to win. And they did it very nearly once again against the Charlotte Hornets multiple times. As you said, the first quarter, the fourth quarter, they just I don't know what it is, but they do lack the focus. Obviously, they just had a bad shooting night, but this was a game that they should bounce back, because they just dropped 2 in a row. You'd think that they'd scrap after losing two games, which were both at home, if I am correct.
They don't have a great home record this year.
Strange. And maybe you want to start. They're third in the Western Conference. Do you want to go to Golden State if you're looking at yourself as an NBA champion? Do you want to go to Phoenix in the playoffs? Right. I know I'm looking ahead, but that's what you have to do with this Utah Jazz team. I think the good thing for them is that Bojan Bogdanovic is balling this season. It's flying under the radar.
He's a good guard.
He's a good guard. Yeah. Exactly. He is never going to be a superstar, but he fits that gourd team. The Hall of very good. The good gourds perfectly. The guy is shooting 42% from 3, 90% from the line, 47% from the floor. Those numbers are kind of flying under the radar, I guess, because of the Utah Jazz. But that's the kind of production you're going to need beside Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. And Conley's always the sort of the question mark. Is he going to be Mike Conley, the guy that we know? But if you have a solid guy in Bojan Bogdanovic, you have a solid Rudy Gobert playing his best ball, then you got hopes. But I question, do you want to be third in the Western Conference going into the but if they're struggling at home, I don't know. Maybe you do. There's less pressure. The Jazz have a lot of pressure on them to produce. So maybe. Yeah,
I say they're struggling at home. I'm trying to look it up right now. It's not like they're sub 500 at home. It's like 11-6 or something like that. It's not 11-6. That's not dominant. Like
that's not Utah like.
That's what I'm trying to say. Lee, anything from this one? I do have a weird stat just to set you up. Utah improved to 30-0 all time when leading by at least 19 points after the first quarter. So when they get that big a lead, they can give it all back and still win the game. At least that's what the numbers say. But anything from this one?
Well, just 2 things, 1 point about each. And the Jazz, having lost a couple of home games, you could hear it in the voices of Bolajak and Thurl Bailey there in the commentary team. They were like, we've seen this before. The Jazz just haven't been able to really shut the door on teams right now. Now, they did. They shook it off, but they certainly didn't look good there when they did give up the lead in the fourth quarter, because the Hornets were scoring pretty easily. And I think the Jazz building up that huge lead, because they came out of the gate really determined to sort of bury a team. And then they did just sort of take their foot off the gas a little bit and nearly cost them again. But they recovered, and that's all that counts. And then for the Hornets, the Plumlee situation, I've sort of been talking about that all season, before the season. Like, they just can't go forward with him as their best big. But this is the other problem for the Hornets. What asset do they really have that they would be prepared to trade to get something, an upgrade in that position? Because obviously it's not LaMelo Ball.
No.
I don't think it's Miles Bridges. I don't think they're going to move on from him. Then it becomes a Gordon Hayward, who actually missed this game. And then you're starting to sort of look for those sort of some of those drafts.
It's Book Night. It's Kai.
Yeah.
It's their real young prospects. But
you have to hope that a team really believes that one of those young guys is going to pan out if you're going to give up something significant like a Miles Turner, who's probably is available out there. I'm just not sure the Hornets, because I looked at their draft picks right now. They wouldn't even have their first pick, I believe, for next season as it stands right now because it's protected against the Knicks. So, those things can obviously move around throughout the season. But this is a real problem for the Hornets, and I'm not sure they can even really address it fully this season because I just don't think they have the assets to make something really big happen.
Stream team chiming in, letting us know. John Schumann writing, more home losses than they had last season. The Jazz already losing more games this season at home than last year.
He said something else, too.
He also said, may have read that in somebody's power rankings yesterday on theathletic.com. I guess not. I guess no.
That's Schumann. He's cutting, isn't he?
Yeah, he can never just
never
just add to the show. He always has to. He's always
going to just jab like a little knife in you, just a tiny one, just to tweak it a bit. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to read the power rankings yet, John.
Hey, we used to give a whole section of the very first TV show to power rankings.
That's true.
Remember?
That's true.
And in fact, you know what? We used to sometimes take little digs at Schumann. So maybe he's just remembered that, and this is his payback. He's like, I remember that, guys. Well, here you go. I'm going to.
It's so perfect. Schumann, in a weird way, is like our Newman.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
hello,
Schumann. There's we like each other. There's this, I don't know, there's this little tension. It's great. But the power rankings, if you're not reading NBA.com power rankings from Schumann, well, come on. There's almost too, you know what, Schumann, there's too much information in there. You got to dumb it down for us dummies out there, right?
Yeah, make it like Zach Harper's power rankings on theathletic.com. It's a perfect balance. That's what we read.
All right, the final games there from last night. I'll throw them all at you. Touch on any of them that you want to. DeRozan and the Bulls, they beat the Rockets 133-118. Curry and the Warriors beat the Kings 113-98 in a shorthanded showdown. I mean, you could basically say that about every game right now. And then Dejounte Murray, another triple-double for this kid as he helped carry the Spurs past the Clippers 116-92. Any of those you want to touch on?
Well, as far as the basketball one that's most important, I think, are the Los Angeles Clippers just laying an egg against the Spurs there. Mm-hmm. That was an effort thing. That was a coach going back to the locker room and saying, what was that? It really was. Spurs, some ridiculous numbers. Even though the Clippers got Paul George back, the Spurs just got on the offensive glass. 23 offensive rebounds. That's a huge number. It's their worst effort of the season from the Clippers' perspective. I thought that the Clippers had a legitimate shot to get to the NBA Finals, and I still think there was a shot there, but it's a middling Western Conference sort of a little grouping besides those three teams I just mentioned, like the Suns, Warriors, and Jazz. Beyond that, the Clippers could have jumped up,
right?
But they're sixth, and they're sitting behind teams like the Grizzlies and the Nuggets because they weren't able to stop the Spurs' effort. Really, the Spurs had 7 possessions where they had multiple offensive rebounds. That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah.
So the Clippers, unfortunate there. As far as the other games, DeMar DeRozan still king. Just watching him, it's still glorious to watch him. And the Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green, triple double, 16, 11, and 10. The Warriors are 30-1 all time when Green has a triple double. Thanks to Anthony Slater for that stat. And they're 9-1.
Did you see his son helping out on the sidelines too?
No,
he was like, I think he's only 4 years old. I don't know if he's a Dre Jr. I can't remember the kid's name.
Keeping stats.
But he was like, they had him like shadowing like the. I don't know what they call it, like the ball boy, basically. Or like, the guy that hands out like the towels and masks and jerseys and stuff like that, or like shooting shirts and stuff like that. It's pretty cute. Yeah, you can go check that clip out very cutely. I saw Ghostface Ziller, just back to the Spurs for a second.
Yep.
He wrote in his newsletter this morning, quote, "We'll keep saying it until his name is on billboards. Dejounte Murray is a star. The Fiesta uniforms are just icing. That rebound and expressionless, there you go, 3 near the end of the second half, so cold. A true Spur, and he's averaging 18, 8, and 8 with 2 steals this season." So Lee, that was Ziller. Do you agree with him? Is Dejounte Murray a star already?
Pretty much, yeah. I think he is having a fantastic season. I mean, I'm not sure if we want to get into most improved, but those numbers you mentioned there, I mean, he's averaging a rebound and a half and an assist and a half short of a triple-double. Right. It's just an incredible performance, and he plays defense. I think it's a little bit like the Spurs, though. Sometimes you just sort of look at Murray and you think, where is that guy who can just go out there and put up those big numbers? He doesn't shoot all that well from 3, and he doesn't even shoot all that well from the free throw line. So he's got a few little parts of his game to work on. But he certainly certainly can ignite the fast break himself. He seems to have those super long arms. I don't know what his wingspan is. Maybe Schumann knows that, but he can sort of generate, his own offense from his defense. And the Spurs, after a very, very slow start, have gotten together, and he is great to watch. And I also, talk about a star and the numbers there. There's a buzz around now. I mean, will he make the All-Star team? I'm not sure if he sort of has stood out enough and their record counts against them, because people like the Spurs, they say, wow, this is a boring team. That's the cliche. We know that wasn't always true, but maybe that also sort of counts against him for this season's All-Star team. But he's certainly at a table somewhere in a restaurant, knocking on the door, ordering the wine, doing whatever, because he's putting up great numbers, and it's starting to have a more of an impact on his team's wins than it has in years gone by.
Yeah. Like you said, MIP definitely in the mix, maybe an all-star case there, all NBA, that's down the line. But I think what we definitely are seeing here or learning is if the Spurs do make a move, and they don't generally make a trade during the season, but if they do, he's not going to be in it.
Absolutely,
I just don't see it at all, because he is the real deal.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I think he is the one untouchable. Because a lot of the Spurs are El Tizos. They tickle, they give me a little tickle. They tickle the fancy for a game or two.
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker is a Hall of Famer when I watch, but there's guys just up and down the roster that are extremely talented. Devin Vassell, up and down the roster. Derek White,
Pirtle.
So it's unlikely to happen here at the trade deadline. But I went through the potential of the package for Domantas Sabonis. If the Pacers, see somebody on that roster that they really want, Josh Primo, the Spurs pick. But the Spurs just don't trade anyone mid-season.
Right.
So
and it ain't going to be Murray.
That's the one.
Is the real point.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take our first break, so don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to hit the beach, answer a few of your questions. We'll be right back.
The best way to think about therapy is through a bunch of analogies. We get our cars tuned up to prevent bigger issues down the road. We trim our beards so that we don't get obscene amounts of food in them. We re-spool our fishing reels so that we don't break off when a big one's on the line. Going to therapy is like all of these. It's routine maintenance for your mental and emotional wellness to prevent bigger issues down the road. Going to therapy doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It means you're investing in yourself to keep your mind healthy. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. So head to betterhelp.com/nodunks today to get 10% off your first month. That's BETTERHELP.com/nodunks for 10% off your first month. BetterHelp. Why invest in everything else and not your mind?
When it comes to athletes, we tend to focus on physical fitness, speed, vertical leaping ability, or in Lee's case, arms. This guy loves arms. He loves biceps. Lee, do you have your top 3 biceps in the league right now?
I have my top 1. And it's Desmond Bain here from the Memphis Grizzlies. Look at those guns.
Yep.
They're incredible. Andre Iguodala's still in the league, so of course, he's there. And then number 1, I'm going with referee Billy Kennedy still. He's got a great set of guns on him. He's as good as a player out there. He's as important. So Desmond Bain, Andre Iguodala, and referee Billy Kennedy. The top.
Excellent. I'm glad I asked you. But Lee, there is another side to the game that's just as important as the guns, as the biceps, and that is mental fitness. Calm, the #1 app for sleep and meditation, has teamed up with LeBron James. Got some pretty good arms as well, to help you train your mind and become the champion version of yourself. Calm can help you train your brain so you sleep better, reduce your stress, and perform at your best, just like the king. For LeBron, sleep is a critical part of his mental fitness routine. As he says, quote, "Getting good sleep and finding time to rest is one of the most valuable things I can do for my body and mind. From the sound of rain falling on leaves to bedtime sleep stories, Calm puts me to sleep within minutes, which means I wake up ready for any challenge," unquote. So if you head to calm.com/nodunks for a limited time, you get 40% off the Calm premium subscription. 40% off. You don't need to sleep on that, but you will once you have Calm. Again, for a limited time, our listeners can join LeBron in using Calm and get a 40% discount on a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/nodunks. Unlock content to help you focus, ease stress, and sleep better. Get started at calm.com/nodunks. Once again, that's calm, CALM.com/nodunks.
Canva Pro is so easy to use. You don't need to know what layers are to make stuff. You just drag and drop. Earlier this show, I showed a tweet I made using Canva. Like the Raptors' Utah Watanabe said about his performance, I am also so proud of myself for using Canva Pro, and I do it daily. The first time I did it, I filled the frame with a classic No Dunks purple backdrop. That's my template, and every day I go back, select the tweet image I made the previous day, delete it, upload a new one, click on it, and it pops up right on top of the purple. Download, upload, simple. But you can make a lot more elaborate designs than that with Canva Pro. Canva Pro has endless premium fonts, photos, videos, and so much more that add personality and edge to whatever you're designing. Jump on canva.com, click social or presentation or marketing to start you off from thousands of templates, or just start from scratch. Canva Pro is a design platform that empowers you to create and share stunning content in just a few clicks. And with Canva Pro's content planner, you'll save time planning, creating, and posting social media content too. You can pause scheduled posts and edit them at any time. God, I love that organization. I have a sexy graphic depicting how good the Cleveland Cavaliers are coming tomorrow. It's coming soon. I can probably schedule that daily. It happens all the time. I'm always posting my Canva stuff to my social media stuff, and I'm always posting Canva stuff. So, design like a pro with Canva Pro. Right now, you can get a free 45-day extended trial when you use our promo code. Just go to canva.me/nodunks to get your free 45-day extended trial. That's canva.me/nodunks. Canva.me/nodunks.
Are the Photoshop boys becoming the Canva crew? You know what's happening here? This is wild. Before we hit the beach to answer a few of your questions, let's check in with JD. How you feeling so far? We're like 40 plus minutes in here to our test run in the Classic Factory.
It's been pretty good so far. There's been a couple of flubs here and there. I just forgot to unfucking mute you coming out of the break.
Didn't want to mention that.
Hell, it's fine. I'm an open book over here, but I don't know. So far, so good. I've got some notes for myself. I think I need to iris up on you guys. You look good on my monitor, but on the StreamYard, you're looking a little gloomy. Okay. But yeah, there will be a lot of tweaks in the next few weeks, I think. So
overall, great so far.
I'm happy with it. I'm happy. Yes.
A B minus.
I would never give myself that high a mark. Probably a C plus.
Okay. All right.
Solid. It starts to feel normal in here, and then a Zoom little bug pops up, and then you're reminded. It's still 2020.
Yeah.
Still 20.
That's true.
Reins you in.
I like this comment from Jason. He asks, or I guess points out, I do miss the random leaf blower, though. Hope we can get one in the studio, even though there are no leaves. Well, 5 minutes before we went live, we could hear a leaf blower. We're like, well, guess it's time to start the show, and then unfortunately stopped. So don't worry, Jason.
Yeah, you're gonna get trains, you're gonna get planes, you're gonna get leaf blowers, you're gonna get drumming. Hopefully, Jackson's practicing a Green Day these days.
Kerplunk from Kerplunk or no?
Kerplunk, is that the first one?
Or
the second one? The first hit,
very
right?
First one.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I can't wait. All right, let's hit the beach to answer a few of your questions.
Whoops.
Yeah, you got quite the dance over there when it comes to the transitions.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta say, I can't stand not being able to see you from our vantage point because your monitor is gigantic. You're literally just like, I could see the tip of your head. Just to peel back the curtain for everybody.
It's very big. I don't know.
and you start to realize how much better it would be if we could make eye contact.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll reconfigure over there. Okay, so we're on the beach. Keep sending in your questions. NoDunks@theathletic.com. Tweet them in @NoDunksInc. That's INC. You can leave them in the YouTube comments below. First one. Hey guys, longtime fan. I finally dove in and got NBA League Pass this year. And my biggest takeaway so far is just how great this rookie class is. With that in mind, if you were to redraft the 2021 NBA draft, how do you think the top picks would shift around, or would they? Thanks for the endless hours of entertainment. That's from Eric from MKE. Oh, I think I hear a train.
That's a train. I don't know.
Oh, we need to have something we need a small train set to go around the table or something.
Oh yeah, Mr. Rogers. Is it Mr. Rogers? Did he?
Yeah.
He had a train
for sure.
Yeah, we'll get one.
So the draft, Tass, why don't you get us started? I know we have Lily still here with us up in Canada, but you go first.
Yeah, this email came in a while back, and I saved it because we always talk about this rookie class. And I'm with Eric, but I think this class has gotten even better the last month because we just talked about Josh Giddey and friends. I think if we're redrafting, so many good players out there, but I think Evan Mobley would be number one. I think he would jump from 3 to 1 over Cade, over Scotty, over all the Jalen's. I think it's clear this guy can do everything. Name one thing that this guy can't do. All right, he's a 7-footer, and maybe he can't take you like Kevin Durant off the dribble, but for a normal 7-footer, a normal human being, he is so talented. I think this is the only guy in the draft. Evan Mobley is the only guy in the draft. You can clearly say we can build a franchise around this guy. And I know that's a little disrespectful to Cade and to Scotty, but I think Evan Mobley is just that much better on both ends. So I would go number one with Evan Mobley. And then to me, those guys I just mentioned, Cade Cunningham and Scotty Barnes, well, it's kind of a toss-up. And Cade hasn't even been around for every game this season because of injuries. It's very difficult here. This was tough. And the homer in me wants to say Scotty Barnes. So I will, I think, because Scotty Barnes is just so good defensively, but Cade is right there. So that's 2-3 for me. Scotty, then Cade. And then we're going to Australia. I think Josh Giddey jumps over all the Jalen's, jumps over my favorite Franz in the draft, but I think I would
Duarte,
throw easily.
Yeah, okay.
He hops over Duarte, but
so you Giddey at 4 to the Raptors.
Yeah, to the Raptors. He's just so good. The last couple of games, he's averaging a triple-double because he had that 18-rebound game, really. So it's cheating, but he's good. He's that good. And then the fifth one is kind of tough because the Jalen's have underperformed. Jalen Green and Jalen Suggs have not been amazing shooting the ball. I kind of want to put Franz in there, but being realistic, I would throw in Jalen Green there because he's shown enough flashes, and it is going back to what he did before he got to the NBA, really. But yeah, I think that's a tough call. But I'm going Mobley, Cade, Scotty. No. Mobley, Scotty, Cade, Giddey, Jalen Green.
What do you think, Lee? Agree or disagree with Tass's redrafting there of the top 5?
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I think Evan Mobley would be the number one pick. I think overall he's been better. You had Cade at number 2, though. Is that right? Did you say, Tass, actually?
Yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I would go Scotty Barnes over Cade.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. I would actually put Scotty Barnes at 2, and I would actually put Giddey at 3, just a bump ahead of Cade. Sure, maybe a bit of a homerism there, but overall, Cade, remember, he didn't play those first few games. He got off to a bit of a slow start. Whereas Josh Giddey has been really, really good from the bounce. And I think he deserves to get that little nod there. So I have Giddey at 3, Cade at 4. And then, number 5, there's a few guys who have made a case there. I mean, Davion Mitchell's had his moments as well. I think Franz Wagner has just got the funnest name to say. So I think he's probably in the mix there. And, of course, Jalen Green, remember, he hit the 8 threes in one of his early games, had some huge highlights and dunks. But playing on the Rockets, it hasn't sort of stood out. He's missed some time as well. So I think I'm going to go with Franz. Give me Franz at number 5. So I have Mobley, Scotty, Josh, Cade, and Franz to round out my top 5 if we were to redraft.
So you guys both think that if the Pistons were given the shillelagh of time, the hourglass and Survivor, smash away if you want to reset, you think they would in having the number 1 pick, they would smash it and take Mobley over Cade, or you guys are both saying Mobley, that they would redo that and take him number 1.
They wouldn't say it out loud, but yes, in their heart of hearts, I think
And we're also like 30 games or so into their careers, and Mobley has just started off on a team that's been overperforming, and he's been a big part of it. So he's stood out more. I mean, there's obviously so much time left, even just within this season. And Cunningham, I think, has been really, really good. He's actually really
so
nice
do I.
moments.
This is my point. I'm not. I mean, as great as Mobley's been, I'm just not 100% convinced that the Pistons would be like, no, we'll go with Mobley instead of Cade Cunningham.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Cade has been great in fourth quarters. Obviously, he didn't get to play at the beginning of the season, and that has hampered him. But Evan Mobley also was out with health and safety protocols, out with an injury, and he was able to come back. And that's difficult for a rookie to do. I think he showed incredible resilience, and he's just such a great modern day player. The way he moves his feet as a 7-footer on defense, that's the biggest difference between Cade and Mobley. Obviously, Cade is creating and has been clutch, but Mobley's such a good defensive player on both ends. So I think so.
Yeah, I actually kept Cade with the Pistons, and then I think the Rockets would immediately take Evan Mobley at number 2. Then I think Scotty Barnes go to this as the Cavs in that situation at number 3. Then it gets interesting. Who would the Raptors in the 4th spot? Because I was trying to think about like who would the team want too, right, to fit it. So is it Giddey? Is it a Duarte? Is it like a shooter that they would want because we've seen what he can do early on? Is it just Jalen Green on pure promise? That's where it got really tough for me. I don't know who the Raps would have picked at the 4 spot here if they could, if those 3 other guys, like I said, Cade, Mobley, and Barnes are gone.
They struggle so much playmaking. I feel like Josh Giddey would be the...
Okay, that's fine. And then that leaves the Magic at the 5th pick. So do they take Franz, who they end up getting ultimately at 8th, or do they take a Duarte or a Jalen Green promise or something like that? Yeah. So that's how I had it, a little different than you guys. I think I just kept the Pistons keeping Cade because I think he has been good, Lee, like you said.
He has been.
But Mobley right now, rookie of the year leader, and then Barnes, and then probably Cade there in the 3 slot. But let's hear from you guys in the stream team. If you're redrafting at least the top 5, shift them around. What do you got?
Second email here. With the league going full send with replacement players, it's going to feel like the Royal Rumble match when random wrestlers you forgot about appear in the match. Brooklyn Brawler, anyone? Oh, yes. Scotty Too Hottie, The Godfather? No, don't remember The Godfather.
You don't remember The Godfather? He literally came out. He was like a pimp.
Huh. I remember a pimp, but I didn't remember him being.
And I could picture he was a wrestler, of course, that had a million other characters.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah,
he's a Jabba.
But I can't think of another one. Maybe the stream team can help me out. Go ahead.
That he was. You're saying?
I mean, he was the god. He was known as the Godfather, but he had again, people are going to tell me in 1 second here. He was I think he was in the Nation of Domination, if I remember at one point.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, I can see that. All right. The question here. So which random, forgotten, or flamed out guy do you want to see most appear in one of these lineups? That's from Fuad S. So which guy not in the league, Lee, do you want to see come back?
Well, first I've got an idea and a suggestion for Adam Silver because he wants that mid-season tournament. Why don't you put all the guys who are in protocol into a gym, pick teams, and make that the mid-season tournament? There's enough players. I think there could be something there. You can tweak the rules. I think you can have some fun with it, So that's one suggestion. But, we always have these guys who have played in Europe and they get really hyped up and they come over and some of them pan out and some of them don't. We're seeing right now Campazzo is playing really well for the Nuggets, giving us those highlights, those treats. Well, let's bring back the other guys that we've had in the past. Milos Teodosic, I'd love to see him back in the league.
Oh, yes.
Marcelo Huertas, I'd love to see him come back into the league. Rudy Fernandez, why not? Come back as well. A little bit of a different player than those guys. But, though we've seen all those flashy passes and the behind-the-back stuff and over their head. And I think it was Teodosic who even bought one off his head last season in the European League. Let's get all those guys back there and just give them another shot because we always hear about them. We always hope they turn out to be something special. And, like it was for Teodosic and for Huertas, it didn't quite pan out. Campazzo seems to be doing well here in his second year. So I'd love to see a couple of those guys come back. And I know, Tash, you would have some fun with some of those guys' names as well.
Yeah, we see here in the stream team, we got a Sergio Yule, that soldier boy.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, that is a great one. I'd love to see him in the league.
Someone was also saying, hey, what about Nick Stauskas?
He's back, baby.
He's back.
Yeah.
The Raptors just signed him. So he'll be on the Raptors roster. The Celtics got CJ Miles.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, well, yeah, CJ Miles. There's a former Raptor, too. He had I guess he played for a season, didn't he?
Definitely. Yeah, he had a good season. And he's not super old because he was taken out of high school in 05 last time.
My pick, though, for this, he's older. 39-year-old Leandro Barbosa. Yeah, the head bob Barbosa. Yeah, I would love to see him. So does he still have it? I know after he left the NBA, played like a couple of years there in Brazil. I think he's officially retired now because then he was on like the Warriors staff, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
So I think it's unlikely, but he could still get you a bucket for sure.
Well, a guy who has been getting buckets that I want to see back is Anthony Bennett. I know he didn't pan out as a number one guy in 2013, but he's only 28. He's playing for Hapoel Jerusalem. I saw these highlights courtesy of our man Kelly Dwyer, who was going through the guys that he'd love to see come back.
Right.
And he was definitely jokey, and he wasn't saying Anthony Bennett would come back, but he could be a big man rim running in today's game. He's 6'8". He is a huge 6'8". He's a big guy. He can hit the three. I saw him do some dunking in his highlights. I saw him bank a three that he didn't mean to. And that's not a great sign when his highlight package includes a banked three. But at the same time, yeah, you could dream of him as a small ball center, and kind of like what Otto Porter is doing for Golden State. Like, it's a dream anyways, but yeah, it'd be nice to see him back in the league.
Lee, if you think if they were to redraft the Anthony Bennett draft, do you think he'd still go number one?
God, I can't even remember who went number 2 in that. What was it?
2013. Was that a Derek? No, it wasn't a Derek Williams. I think that was the year before. Jabari Parker was number 2 the year after.
Oh, wow. Getting close. You're zeroing in.
Yeah.
Don't got it.
But
hey, listen, just one thing quickly. Mark Stein is reporting that Lance Stevenson is going to be called up to the Atlanta Hawks.
Great.
So we're getting a little bit of one of those guys, like Lance is probably only 33 or 34 himself. He's bounced around the league a bit, so he should be fun. He could really cash in on a situation like this.
Wow, the Grand Rapid Gold just suddenly lost a lot of players. they were all on the same team. Stauskas and him and Isaiah Thomas, like we talked about.
Right.
Yeah, so they're all getting a shot here in the league. Let's hear from the stream team, though. Any other fringe guys, if you want to call them that, you would like to see get another cup of coffee in the league?
Oh, Fringe Wagner, the third Brown family member.
Fringe Wagner.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Skeets was trying to hear what you said. What did he say? Well, he chimed in with Fringe Wagner, the third Wagner.
Mo, Franz, and Fringe.
I don't mind it. All right. Our third.
Hey, I'll tell you what, these jokes will hit better when we're all in the studio.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, you won't have to wait.
Yeah. All right. Our next one here. High all layups. I cannot remember a single time that I've seen an NBA player go 2 for 1 near the end of a quarter and actually make the first shot. Well, I understand the logical justification for the quick shot. It simply doesn't seem to work. I mean, I guess it rarely works. He's sort of right here. What is something you try often, despite the fact that it never seems to actually work? Turnips, love root veg, onion. That's from Seppi in Pittsburgh. So Tass, yeah, something you try often despite the fact that it never seems to work.
I try and be fast, Skeets.
Okay.
I think I still have that potential. I was at a dinosaur exhibit with my child. Do you know the Velociraptor can run 40 feet in 1 second? It sounds crazy.
That doesn't seem right.
Well, like their one stride is probably 40. It's 40 feet. It's not like it's not 40 yards.
One stride is 40 feet?
Well, no, but it's 1 second. It's like 2. Well, listen, I'll show you a video, JD, if we could roll that video of me trying to emulate a Velociraptor. So this is me. So you run from like line to line. Hey, did you slow that down, JD?
I did not.
I think you did. Anyways,
I didn't.
Anyways, this
because I do have a slow motion version.
I stopped. Well, I stopped there.
No,
I stopped there because my child.
Oh, you did one.
My child triggered the sensor.
Good time.
If you don't mind, let's see that again. I was really fast on the first one.
I'm getting some
JD.
Darren Ravel vibes.
Oh, get out of here!
Sorry, I had to say it.
The second one. No, watch the first one again. I think JD slowed it down.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he slowed it down. But anyways,
I don't think I did. But here you go.
Thanks very much. Anyways, real quick here.
Okay, we're watching Tass. Explosiveness
This is not
off the
slowed
block.
down.
Okay, it's not slowed down. But anyways, it's only 2.23 seconds. Anyways,
Yeah, but what? How much?
it's 40 feet.
You
It's sensor to sensor. It's 40 feet, but I slowed down there. That's a horrible one.
Oh,
that's
40
obviously
feet?
terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I know that looks short.
Looks like
Okay,
it's looks
this
like
is slowed
20
down.
feet top. Okay,
Look at that. Look at that. Anyways, yeah, it looks like Darren Ravel. Yeah, it was, another. Yeah, this is the terrible look. I included this terrible look.
Awesome. I want to do this so bad.
I know, but I got into it with another guy who was doing it, and we were trying to go sub 2. I think he did it. You got to get just a bit of a head start, I think, on these.
I have a question. Like, was it counting you down, or it starts when you go?
It starts when you
leave the pad, I guess.
No, when you break the sensor. There's a sensor and a sensor on the other side. It's 40 feet. Yeah, 2.3. I mean, it's slow. It's not fast, obviously, but it's not like tortoise slow.
Man, well, it's like anything we do now, like us playing basketball. Trey will have those videos of us playing basketball. You think you're killing it out there, Lee, and then you see it and you're like, oh my god, it's just it's horrible. It's like Darren Williams, I guess, boxing the other day. He's like, oh man, it's not as great as I think it is. Okay, so that you just think you think you still have speed in
in your brain.
Did you ever have speed in you?
Yeah, good question. Sort of. Maybe. Anyways, it feels fast in your brain.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously.
Lee, do you have an answer for this one?
Yeah, so I have a proper hoop now at my house, a basketball hoop in the driveway that I play around with the boys. And one legit time, I got a wedgie, right? And I stuck it in, took a photo, and it was great. And I was like, great, a wedgie. And the boys know about the wedgies we talk about. So my little 5-year-old's often like, Dad, get a wedgie. And I'm like, I can't do an insincere, ungenuine wedgie. It's got to be legit. Right. So I'm shooting away, I'm trying to aim for the corner there. I just can't lodge a legit wedgie. He's just like, just shove it in there. I'm like, no, that's not how wedgies work. Your wedgies have to be natural. Mm-hmm. So I've shot away. I've even tried to just like throw it in there full steam. Can't lodge it. So I just can't. I can't do a wedgie. I'll get another wedgie at some point.
Is this like a weird humble brag? It's like I just can't miss.
Listen, there's plenty of bricks. I could definitely shoot the bricks out there, but it's very difficult to actually get a wedgie, to aim for a wedgie. You've just got to get the timing right there, and I just can't do it. So, I try to show to my boys, like, you can do it, but I'm not just going to give you one just because you want one. You got to earn the wedgie.
Fair. I have a very weird answer for this. What is something you try often despite the fact that it never seems to work? My answer is ordering Bell Street burritos on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It's not open.
And
I can't
really
get over the fact, rightly, I can't, like, to me, a Sunday feels like the day most people would eat burritos. I have no data. I don't have Schumann data to back this up. But I just can't get over that it's not open. And it's fine, giving their workers a Sunday off. I get it, sure. But I always want a burrito on a Sunday. Nora throws it out, and then we go, jump on the Uber Eats or whatever. And like, oh, no, it's closed. Isn't that weird?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the South.
I know.
They just want to close on Sundays.
I get it.
Yeah. But it's unfortunate. Yeah, I would say Sunday is burrito day for sure.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thumbs up in the stream team if you believe Sunday is burrito day. I mean, every day should be burrito day, really, but definitely Sunday.
Do you want to do this last question?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Greetings, Dinkers and Dumpers. Long time, first time. In a recent tweet of the night, Trey brought up a question, whether 6'7" Nicholas Braun could dunk. As a man of similar stature, this got me wondering if I could dunk, since I hadn't tried since I was in college. Happy to report, I still have enough spring to throw down.
Nice.
My question, what is something you thought you were past the point of being able to do only to surprise yourself in doing? Thanks for keeping the classic factory in full production. Oh, we're back, baby.
That's right.
We're doing the factory right here. Turn up. Love you guys. That's from Trey in San Antonio. So something you thought, can't do it anymore. It's in my past, Skeets.
Well, I wasn't sure, but I did it recently, and I still got it. And that is getting up on a roof, springing up there, to use his word. Still confident on a ladder, confident stepping onto the roof. I was cleaning the gutters, eaves troughs, we call them in Canada. Yeah. There's a little fact for all of you out there that are not Canadian. I always say it to people. I had to get one of them fixed. Oh, my eaves trough's fallen off. The guy that works in gutter repairs. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's what we call them in Canada. Anyway, I think in the UK as well. But yeah, I still I guess the point is I still feel comfortable up there, despite getting up there in age.
Okay, good. Yeah, it must be a good feeling.
Yeah, that's right. It's good. So, I mean, this could backfire terribly once I fall and break my neck or my back or something. But Lee, do you have an answer for this one?
Yeah, well, when we were at NBA TV, I always used to make sure I could still touch the rim in the studio there around my birthday. So every year it was like, okay, can I still get up and touch the rim? That was like a sign to me that I was still in reasonable health. I haven't done it now for a couple of years, so I'm going to have to find a gym with a proper NBA size hoop and see if I can still touch it. I think I can, but that was always my little sort of way of determining, okay, you're not in too bad shape if you can still get this old body up off the ground and touch an NBA height rim.
Get this
I
old
thought
chunk of coal off
Didn't
the
you just
ground.
say you have a proper?
Well,
not
yeah, but
official.
it's like it's a proper Spalding rim, but the way that it sort of sits in the driveway there, I'm not sure exactly if it's the correct NBA height. It's got to be legit, JD. You know that. I want to do it in the studio if I can. So maybe I'll have a word to someone at NBA TV, see if they'll let me back in for a day just to test it out.
Kaplan. You can call Kaplan.
Yeah, Kaplan. Yeah, I'll give Kaplan a call.
Yeah. Do you have an answer for this?
No, I mean, I kind of asked, should we do it? Because I don't have an answer. But also, did you just see me run there? I mean, that wasn't good. So I still can't be fast.
Can we see it one more time, JD?
Okay,
I do.
sure.
I do want to see it one more time. I just want to see the explosiveness.
Well, listen, the first take, I thought I looked fast. Danielle said no. That I set up the camera on purpose so it's looking directly at me. So you're coming towards the camera. Yeah. So yeah, look at him go. I get out of the blocks and I go really.
Then
slow.
you slow down. Right.
2.23, 40 feet. I'm not happy with my performance.
That shot so much.
But then I slowed down. I stopped because there's a child there that triggered the sensor. See what's going on there with the clock. These raptors, these velociraptors are messing with me.
Outrun a velociraptor. Where was that? I want to do that.
Yeah. It's up north. You guys don't travel that way.
I will
very
not be
often.
going to do that. Okay. Too far. All right, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, Lili's got tweet of the night. We got pick 'em results, so don't go anywhere.
So, guys, I've searched for a lot of sus stuff on the internet. I'll throw out some examples. I recently Googled the effects of canine shock collars on humans. That's for possibly a pick 'em payoff coming up. Don't worry, Skeets. It doesn't seem that detrimental. I've searched for Spanx for men. Not gonna lie. I Googled Evan Fournier just to see.
Don't do it.
Big mistake. Mistake. Don't do it. And I know what most of you are probably thinking. Why don't you just use incognito mode? Well, let me tell you something. Incognito mode does not hide your activity. It doesn't matter what mode you use or how many times you clear your browsing history, your internet service provider can see every single website you've ever visited. Oh my God, I gotta get ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is an app that reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers so your ISP can't see the sites you visit. They don't need to know about all that Velma cosplay you look at. It keeps all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data with the most powerful encryption available. Most of the time, I don't even realize it's on. It runs seamlessly in the background, and it's so easy to use. All you have to do is tap one button, and you're protected. Protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by CNET. Visit our exclusive link, expressvpn.com/noducks. And you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's ExpressVPN, ExpressVPN.com/noducks. ExpressVPN.com/noducks to learn more.
Last week, No Dunks received a mail question asking us to name something we were proud of accomplishing later in life. I said I was proud of learning how to cook, which is something that I have not done. No, not at all. But I do plan to be very proud of accomplishing that later in life, kind of talking it into existence. That same day, the very same day, at my doorstep, I received a box of HelloFresh. Now, if there was ever a sign, well, there she was, sent by the delivery gods. I almost got to cooking right then and there, but it was 10:30 at night. So I waited until the next day to cook me some pork lettuce wraps. The ingredients looked great, although I didn't have high hopes for myself, but they turned out to be delicious, very tasty. I even got approval from my chef wife. She was proud of me, just like I was proud of myself. The future, well, it kind of turned into the present right then and there. The pork lettuce wraps served 4, but they were so good, the 2 of us finished the whole thing. I did, really. HelloFresh meals are ready in around 30 minutes or less, even for a rook like me. It took me under half an hour, although my wife did doubt that part. proved her wrong. Plus, with their quick and easy meals, 20-minute recipes, or low prep and easy cleanup options, you can get food on the table even quicker. Save on average over $65 a month when you order HelloFresh instead of grocery shopping. That's more money to spend on presents and activities. Your partner will love that. Go to HelloFresh.com/NoDunks14 and use code NoDunks14 for up to 14 meals and 3 free gifts. 4 free meals and 3 free gifts at HelloFresh.com/NoDunks14 and use code NoDunks14. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
All right, back with No Dunks. Let's get to tweet of the night. Tweet of the night.
Tweet of the night. Wow.
Twitter.
Lily, you have the honors by way of Canada. Hopefully you're still there.
Yes, I do. And the tweet of the night comes in from Micah Adams, who tweeted this last night. If the NBA had to show 5 classic Christmas games in lieu of live games, what are the best 5 with the caveat that no team or player could appear twice? Now, he's gone here with the 84 Knicks and Nets, the 1990s Bulls Pistons, 2003 Cavs Magic, 2004 Lakers Heat, the Shaq Kobe rematch there, and then the 2018 Celtics 76ers. Now, I'm going to tweak this a little bit and just say to you guys, because there's probably not going to be the marquee names playing. Giannis might not be playing. Trae Young might not be making his return to Madison Square Garden. So if you guys could choose any sort of throwback regular season game, that's the only caveat here. It can't be a playoff game, to show on Christmas Day, which you think fans would love to watch, what would you go with? I'll go first. I know I have brought up this game before. It's from 2006, and it was the Sonics and the Suns. It was a double overtime game where Ray Allen hits this huge 30-footer in overtime to win the game there for the Sonics. He finished with 8 threes. He started off really bad. He had 42 points, but he went 8 for 10 on threes in the second half and the 2 overtimes, 10 for 13 for the game. It's an awesome game. It's the classic Suns back when they were in their sort of prime run and gun, 7 seconds or less Suns. Sonics scored 152 points. The Suns scored 149. Ooh. And back then, they actually set a NBA record combining for 32 three-pointers made. That was the record back then. Seems like that almost teams do that every single game these days. But for you guys, if there was a regular season game from anywhere in history you would like to put on Christmas Day, what would it be?
I thought this was a tough question when you were throwing it in the Slack channel there this morning. Yeah. But then I thought of one that I was like, people would want to watch this game. I would want to watch this game. December 4th, 2009, Kobe banks home that buzzer-beating, game-winning 3 over Dwayne Wade. So Lakers Heat, 09, again, early December. You know the shot I'm talking about. You've seen it, right? He's like one-legged. He's like going cross sort of court. Yeah. It's an insane shot. He bangs it in. But it was like, that was a really close game. I was like doing some research, of course, this morning and checking it out. Lakers were on a winning streak. You know, you've got Kobe versus Wade, which of course is pretty amazing. Fisher hit a big shot late. Wade like split some free throws. That opened the door there for Kobe. So I'll go that one. But it's sort of difficult to think of like really, really, truly memorable regular season games that you would like want to fire up again on Christmas Day.
Yeah, Lee really opened this one up. Just pick a game from NBA history.
I wanted to know why we couldn't just pick Christmas too.
Because overall, do you remember all that many Christmas Day games? I mean, because they used to only play 1 or 2, remember? And I think they were better. Now when it's 5, there's honestly usually 2 or 3 that are just pretty bad.
Yeah, there's some duds. So, I mean, the Cavs-Warriors Christmas Day game where Jefferson had the huge dunk, right? And was that the Kyrie game?
The Kyrie Irving game?
Yeah, that was 2018, right? I think it was mentioned in the tweet there. That's the one.
That was in the tweet.
Yeah, that's the one you think of immediately. Yeah, of course. Yeah, some of the you get. I guess that's sort of why it's hard to pick a regular season game because it's there's some duds for sure. That's understandable, but I got to go traditional. I got to stick with the Christmas Day game, and I'm going with Bulls Pistons 97. I remember this game. It was Grant Hill, sort of the coming out party, and I just like the tradition of being around people at Christmas that you haven't seen in a long time, and then you'd watch this game where Grant Hill, unfortunately, he had a really good game, and obviously his career didn't go the way it should have, but that's what happens with a lot of relationships with the people that you're at the Christmas table with as well. The relationships just don't go the way they should have,
Wow.
A lot of regret. Anyways, what am I saying? But that Pistons game, it was the Rodman huge triple double. So he was scrapping, and it was the Grant Hill almost, in the eyes of some, kind of taking the torch from MJ. Obviously, it did not happen. But that game, I remember the ugly teal uniforms the Pistons were wearing on Christmas Day. But yeah, Bulls Pistons. That was a good one. That's one that sticks out to me as a teen, as a game that I love. Made me fall in love with the game a little bit more.
Lee, do you remember that one? You remember every game, so you must remember that one.
Well, I think Rodman beefed in that game too, didn't he, Taz? He had like 23 rebounds.
Yes,
I think.
Yes.
Christmas beef.
I may be mixing
Keep your
up
turkey, forget your ham. Give me the beef.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had triple double, but he had the beef. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't think he had a triple double. I thought he had like
Close.
10 points, 23 rebounds, and whatever
No
assists,
assists.
4 assists. But
Right.
yeah,
Okay. All right, let's hear from everybody
Good
out
one.
there in the stream team.
nice to reminisce.
You can keep it to a Christmas Day game if you want to, or do what Lee did and just say pick any game that's ever happened and throw
not
it
a
on.
playoff
Right.
game.
Not a
though.
playoff
There was
game. Can't be a
some
playoff.
rules.
Yeah,
Some
there's
rules.
tiny-
No, but I mean the thing is, the point I was trying to make was that Christmas Day games, you remember them because you remember them, right? But there are other regular
Yeah.
season.
Holy shit, that's deep.
No, but there are other regular season games. This one that I brought up, Sonics and the Suns, it might have been on a Tuesday night and not, West Coast, maybe didn't get the biggest audience. It was an awesome game. Put that game on, and that deserves a little bit more attention.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to sort of, get to there. But we got close enough.
Okay. All right. Well, again, we'll open that up to everybody in the stream team and leave your suggestions in the comments below the vid and tweet at us at NoDinksInc. Okay. No Dunks Inc. No Dinks Inc. There it is. First one in the Classic Factory. Okay, pick 'em results. Hornets, Jazz. Utah was favored by 11.5. Oh, not enough. They only won by 10. So that's a win for Charlotte. I'm, of course, excited because I needed this to get back in this, and I'm right there. I'm 5-9. Yeah, that's my record for December. Tass took the L. You had the Jazz to cover. You're 6-8. Lee had the Jazz to cover. He's 7-7. He's within reach. Trey's fine. He's 11-3. He's killing this month. So this is important. I'm a game behind you, 2 behind Lee. We're starting to run out of December here a little bit. Where are we going?
Somebody's got to lose other than you.
I would like that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I already owe 3 pick 'em payoffs. We're gonna do the shot collar once we get everybody in here.
Right.
You
Wow.
can lock that one in. I'm doing it.
On a roof.
I think it should count for 2 personally because it's an actual real pick 'em payoff. But whatever, it counts for 1. I still think I should
That's
do the
fine.
mustache.
Rip off the mustache.
Well,
wax.
Not rip it off. Go mustache for like a week or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a gross look.
All right.
I don't have to walk around in public still.
That's acceptable.
And then we got to figure out a third one. But I don't want to lose this one. I want to catch you guys.
All right. Yeah. Well, you're close. And tonight we're on opposing sides yet again. It's
Okay,
the
good.
Blazers visiting the Pelicans. So it's a bit of a tough pick. It's 13-18 visiting 10-21. Both are on 2-game winning streaks. So they're both streaking. Pelicans having their first winning streak of the season here. So you 3 guys, in Trey, Lee, yourself, Skeets, are taking those Pelicans. I'm a blind believer in the Portland Trail Blazers. They've won 2 in a row. They have gone on a longer winning streak than 2 games before this season. So I'm believing in them and their experience. I got Blazers. The 3 of you guys have the Pelicans.
All right. Blazers favored by 1.5.
A close one. Yeah, I didn't even
We
mention
don't even
the
know
line
if
because it's a coin
Lillard's
flip.
playing.
What's going on?
He may not be playing.
What's going on?
I'm sorry to tell you.
What is happening? He
I
just,
mean, who
he
knows?
just,
Who knows?
he just won 2 games for them.
We'll see. Okay, so
Okay.
this is big.
Big
Pelicans, go Pelicans, Lily. I need this to tie up Tass here in the month of December. JD, just to check back in with you, I feel like I got cleaner there in the second half, man.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. There's a lot of moving parts over here, but I think we're getting there. We're getting.
I'll tell you what. Okay, whatever. There's the little flub on a transition here. There's a hot mic or a muted mic. Blah blah. Who cares? The energy is back. It's nice to actually see you guys. Look face to face. Have a conversation about basketball.
No doubt.
Can't wait, of course, till Lily and Trey are back here too. Can't wait till the new desk. We'll add some more art. We'll tweak things. Appreciate you guys checking it out, though. A little test run here in the Classic Factory. Email in your NBA questions, nodunks@theathletic.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, @NoDunksInc. Grab yourself an Athletic subscription. Go to theathletic.com/nodunks. And hey, if you want to get some No Dunks merch, look at these fine mugs we have here. Good Morning Sweet World mugs available over at nodunks.com. Tomorrow, stay on me, JD. Oh,
sorry.
This is like feels like a talk show where they do the like that type of thing. Tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna give you the my favorite 5 gifts from the Hammerschlemmer catalog. You know what's crazy? I got 2 versions of the Hammerschlemmer catalog.
What a waste.
And then I've got the Shopper image kit. I mean, it's basically a Hammerschlemmer catalog. So I might go through all 3 of these bad boys. And I don't know. Do you want me to do what I did last year and pick you guys a gift each?
Ooh,
Yeah, that was sort of fun, wasn't it? Okay. So we'll do that on tomorrow's show. Trey will be joining us. Lee, you got the day off. How did tobogganing go, by the way, Lee?
It's awesome, man. It is awesome. It is so much fun. The boys went out. We went sledding down a golf course it's snowed everywhere. Kids everywhere. Kids going crazy. It's been awesome. It's so cool. Maybe I'll put up a photo. I haven't put anything up yet, but maybe I will.
Tash had a video of him racing a Velociraptor. You can at least put up a sledding video.
Yeah, it looked cool. I saw a couple of photos. I think Roxy put up a photo.
She's put up a few.
Snow is nice.
Man.
Nice to see it in photos and not live in it.
I'm telling you, my boys both. They complain. They say there's no snow in Atlanta. They want to go and play in the snow. And I'm like, all right, you want snow? Well, I'll give you some snow then. So then we come up here.
You showed them.
Freezing cold, the snow everywhere. And they've been out there and been building snowmen. They've been having snowball fights, going sledding. So they've talked the talk and now they are walking the walk. It's great to see.
Right. Okay. Walking the walk. Are they skating the skate? Because you said you were skating.
They should be skating right now as we speak. I'm about to go and
let's go to them live. Here we are. All right. Okay, Lee. Well, enjoy the day off tomorrow. I think we're going to have you back later in the week. Enjoy the snow up there, man.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here. We will see you tomorrow around 10 a.m. Eastern live. Until then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, I think we can do away with the Clipper Bros now in the new studio. I don't know.
What?
I don't know if the Clipper Bros are worthy of this new beautiful space.
I disagree. Well, I might have to put that to a poll.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Embrace the day, people. I forgot what I said.